why it's a game. It's not just for the strongest 18-year-olds in the world. It's for a game that men play all the way up through. Okay? But what I want you guys to understand is when you step up to that plate, okay, and depending on the pitcher that you're facing, this might not mean anything, but it's going to start meaning something. You've got to start to carry yourself like a hitter right when you walk up to the plate. Okay? You've got to come up and you've got to assert yourself and you've got to let that pitcher know that that is your plate. And if he puts that ball anywhere around your plate, you're going to hit it. Okay? It's a huge advantage before you even see a pitch. And what I mean by that is coming up to the plate, and some of you guys were too far going on the plate. Dylan, the farthest out of all of you guys. Okay? If you come up here like this, okay, and you're about here, right? If he's a real good pitcher, what he's going to do is he's going to throw the ball right about here. That's a real good pitcher. But if he's a real good pitcher, he's going to put one right about around here at you. Okay? Because he's going to say, this kid's afraid of the ball. Because he's 2 feet from the plate. And I think I'll just buzz one right around his helmet area. And then it'll be even a little more afraid of the ball. And then I'll own him. Alright?
So you've got 4 balls to use up on you before he's
number one, he's going to, like I say, he can strike you out on the outer half of the plate. Okay? This is where I would like. You got about a foot distance. Now we're going to think about this all year long. When you guys start out, I want about the width of your shoe for that front foot on the plate. So you put that shoe up to the plate, okay? And I don't want to see much more than about this distance. Okay? That's how I want to size it up all year long.
Not his shoe.
Not your shoe. Okay? So you can do that right up. You put your shoe right there. Okay? Whatever it takes for you to know about the length of your shoe. Okay? You come up and you touch the front end of that plate with your front hand, and you look at that pitcher right away. Okay? That's how you come up, and you don't have to say a word. But you come up and you prove your point. You say, he's not going to throw it on that outer half on me. Okay? He can do anything he wants in my plate. Okay? So that's just a little bit of baseball right there for you guys. You have no idea how much mental stuff go on in a Major League ball game with people just trying to mess with each other and outthink each other and prove points without saying anything. Okay? So you go up there and you prove your point. You come up and you sit up there and you show him your shoulder and you show him your chin. Okay? And you're ready to go. Alright, do I look like I'm afraid of the ball? Well, I am. I'm scared to death. I just hope the pitcher doesn't know. What time is it, Coach?
I have 7:26.
Well, we got a little time. I don't know if we've got parents lined up if you want to go over anything. Yeah.
I just want to add to this what Coach is saying. Because I was even over on the volleyball station, which isn't going to hurt anybody. I'm seeing just different foot placement. We're starting to get a little sloppy. We're opening up too much. Remember, what we're looking for is about like this. You're not leaning over it. Your knees are bent. You're loose. Your toes are just slightly pointed in, shoulder width. Knees about shoulder width. And remember, on your load, it's not just that. It's not just raising the bat higher. It's a trunk rotation. Your heel can come off the ground on this, but you don't need to be moving your foot and getting all fancy. When you take your stride, it's about a quarter to half the distance that you have in your stance. Okay? You lock in that front leg, and as you do your transfer, and you're coming in with the knob, this leg stays straight, your foot's locked in, that holds your power inside. The whole key to this whole swing is keeping your power inside, getting enough load to start with, that the momentum carries through, and then it's bringing back so your body, your head's over your rear leg, and that's so that when your bat's coming through, it's almost like a pendulum coming around. You seen a good golfer with a good straight arm?
Straight strokes right through.
Right through. It's the same principle in batting.
One thing I saw a lot of hitting guys is guys that were right on it. I mean, quite a few guys were right on it at your level, but you were sticking these beams up here right about, a lot of pop-ups. And I think, what I want to see on that, I obviously want to start with that elbow high, and the high elbow is not really part of this because once you're at the knob, okay, that bat level should not deviate, right? You got your knob, and then you're pushing through on a level plane. Okay, and some of you guys' bats were level, but it was just a little bit low. I don't know exactly, I don't know if their bats were dipping. Some of it, there was a lot of you guys that the difference between a line drive that's dripping right up the middle and one that pops right up to the net is only about this far, right? Doesn't take much for for it to be a line drive or right up. And I saw a lot of that where the elbow swing pretty good, but maybe your back just a little bit, maybe that elbow was dropped down. Their mind thought that the bat was in the middle, but it was really.
But remember too, your strike zone is here. So as you're bringing that swing forward, in fact, every pitch, you should at least be going through transfer. At least transfer. But sometimes if the ball's a little lower, rather than dipping, you don't want to dip. You keep your hands the same, and then it is okay to drop a little bit. You want your hands level or above the bat going to the ball.
Right, that's right, yeah.
You don't want this.
Down.
You don't want that.
But you're still doing that level swing through.
Right.
Where the bat's still like that, you're still
The
doing
arm
it.
is driving low. I saw a few people chop it down, we don't want that, and then we saw a few people coming up. And just like we talked about yesterday when Bill had the bat, and used it like the trajectory of the ball, right? Bat coming through. So you think about if you're chopping up, you only have a little bit. You can almost miss that. You're still gonna have all that field to get it at least in play on. So that's what I saw. I saw a lot of stuff. And think about it tonight. If you were one of those kids, you know your swings here. Okay, you think about how many did I pop up? 2 straight. And you start to think about why. Think about why your bat was in a position. That's always its hand-eye, right? Your mind needs to think about where the bat is. Your mind needs to know where that bat is. And there's a few of you guys, everything looked pretty good, coming through. But when the bat should have been here, the bat was there. And that's the difference between a line drive base hit and a pop-up too.
One other thing we'll get into as we start perfecting this, there's really some pre-checks you should be doing every time you step in the box, before the pitcher even begins his windup. When you step in, okay, I want you to check your feet placement. Feet placement, shoulder width, toes slightly in, knees bent. Okay, you've got your body more erect, a little slightly bent forward, but not leaning out over the plate. Once you take notice of where your head is, your chin should be tucked behind your shoulder, both eyes should be on that pitcher. Both eyes should be on the ball. So know where your head is, know where your feet are, know where your body is. And then the last thing, check your hand placement. I'm starting to see a little sloppiness on the volleyball station, or the soccer ball station. I recognize we're doing high reps, and you're doing a lot of hitting tonight, but don't start getting your hands over here, because your wrists are going to roll, and you're going to be on top of the ball, and that's not good. You want to hit square, so keep your hands placed with your knocking knuckles lined up, and then remember, when you're coming through the knob, it's all about your fastest, closest hand path to the ball.
What you guys understand is the tough times when you get tired. That's when you end up hurting a mental slip. In the 7th inning of a hot game, if we ever have any, right? And if you're tired and you've been, or even at the end of practice when you've taken 1,000 cuts, that's when you start to just kind of get lazy and hack away at it, and the fundamentals are gone. So that's the challenging part. You've got to keep your mind focused. When your body gets tired, you've already done 100 sit-ups, you've already done push-ups and everything, right? That's when you've got to work harder.
These guys are using wrist rolls down there right now. They're ready for practice.
Warming up.